Critique is so limiting and emotionally draining. I'm hoping you find something to explain what's happening.
Which one's better, 1 or 2? Better, worse, no different.
No different.
What is up, guys? Kid Critic is back with another review, and this review is on the new Netflix film Velvet Buzzsaw, which is directed by Dan Gilroy and stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Rene Russo. When I first heard about this movie, I'm like, that sounds really interesting to me, with the team of Nightcrawler, which is a film I really loved, with this interesting premise of this art, like all possessed, like creeping people out. I'm like, I'm in. The trailer I thought was really good. So heading into this movie, I had high hopes, and coming out, I had to admit, I really enjoyed watching this film for the most part. I thought the first 30 to 35 minutes was kind of a waste. It was like a bunch of like gossiping happening with like them making deals that didn't really add to the story. I see that it tried to introduce the characters. It just introduced it in a way that I didn't really care for. But then after that 30 to 35 minutes, the movie just gets on a whole other level. And that's when you really get into the mystery, which is my favorite part of the film. Is basically like the whole mystery behind like this possessed art and the artist, and it's like, and then as new things start to get discovered, you're like, ooh, ah. And then it leaves off with like a slam. Like the ending is very gory. And it's like, ooh-wee. That was some ending. And it definitely paid off. I thought all the performances were really good. Jake Gyllenhaal was awesome in this movie. Definitely not as good as Nightcrawler, but he was really good. Rene Russo was good. Toni Collette, who shows up in this movie, I thought she was awesome. John Malkovich, I thought he was good for what he had, because the script did not really give him much to do, because like any guy could have played his character. And another problem that I kind of had with the film, while I enjoyed their characters that they played, it was very hard to find a character to root for when it comes to a point when a character dies, because trust me, characters do die. Sorry if you think that's a spoiler, but characters die. And like whenever a character would die, you didn't really feel it, because you're like, I mean, that guy was kind of a jerk, so I mean, whatever. But that was an issue for me. The overview shots of Los Angeles, I thought were really cool. They were really high too. It's like, ooh, you can basically see the whole city. You can't really see the whole city because I'm just exaggerating there, because the whole city, Los Angeles, is pretty big. But anyways, with that said, I'm not gonna score this movie. You may be thinking, I just fast forwarded throughout this whole review for the score. You're not even scoring it? Yes, because I don't really find a point in scoring movies. It's just like, is it good or is it not good? And I think this movie has enough, and the mystery is very intriguing, and the performances are really good. It has very good transitions too, by the way. And the way it wraps up, I thought overpasses the negatives. And I do think it's an enjoyable time. And I do think if you have a night all to yourself and you're just clicking your way through Netflix and you see this movie, you're like, should I watch that? I do recommend for you to watch it. That is how I'm going to score these movies now. I'm just going to say, do I recommend it? Do I not recommend it? Sorry for any. I just don't want to score movies anymore. And with that said, guys, look out for the next video or review. And peace.